How often you should feed your fish is a frequently asked question, to say the least. In this video, I will try my best to get you where you need to be with feeding your fish. Subscribe today if you feel supportive. If you're new here, welcome to Fishful TV. Many new fish keepers join the hobby daily, not only because a big tank in their rooms look cool, because it's actually quite fun. That being said, not a whole lot of research goes into consideration when buying your first aquarium and stocking it with fish. When things start to go wrong in your tank, such as cloudy water, uneaten food on the bottom, massive amounts of poop, and algae growth or a spike in water parameters, then you start to wonder, what am I doing wrong? In most cases, it is because you're overfeeding your fish. As a new fish owner, it's okay. If that's the only thing you're doing wrong, then hey, don't worry about it. Let's try and fix it today. First, let's research what type of fish you have. Is it a carnivore liking meaty foods and herbivore liking plant-based foods, or an omnivore liking both? You can simply Google this question or check out some other Fishful TV videos. Once you establish what food your fish prefers, let's look at where your fish commonly hangs out within the tank. Some fish are bottom, middle, or top feeders, and this might not seem too important, but this will tell you what type of food you should purchase, such as sinking, floating, flake, or pellet foods. Again, some research is involved. But for example, the tiger barb is an omnivore and prefer the middle water column, so a mix of live and dried slow sinking or flake food would be the better option for the tiger. A little research on your fish will give you the best options. Let's recap. We found what type of fish you have, we found out what your fish likes to eat, and where they spend most of their time in the tank. Now when it comes to feeding, most fish are okay with being fed once a day. If you prefer to feed twice or 3 times daily, make sure you give smaller amounts of food each feeding. If you're raising fry, aka baby fish, they will need a constant food source. But odds are if you're watching this video, you're not. So let's move on. For example, feed your fish enough food where they can eat it all within 3 minutes. This will give time where some fish are faster than others when it comes to eating. You'll quickly know if you're overfeeding your fish this way because you'll be able to see if there are leftover foods floating at the bottom of the tank, and this will aid you in correcting problems before they happen. Like I said before, overfeeding your fish can result in cloudy water, a spike in water parameters such as nitrate, nitrite, or ammonia, and large amounts of uneaten food or poop at the bottom, whereas if you're not cleaning your tank daily, then problems will occur. Follow these steps and you'll be fine. It takes time though to figure out how much food to give in a 3-minute feeding, but that's the fun part. When you're experimenting for the right amount of food, keep in mind to examine your fish. Underfeeding your fish can also happen. Not giving enough food will result in skinny bodies, pale in color, and in grim cases, your fish start to meet their maker. Now, this doesn't sound fun. So what I would suggest is maybe keep an eye on the uneaten foods left behind from each feeding, guesstimate how much food is wasted, and ask yourself, is it a pinch or 2? And simply adjust the next feeding. By doing it this way, you may have to clean your tank a little more often than usual until you hit that home run feeding amount. And if you're unsure on how to clean your tank, don't worry, we have a video for that as well. If you learned anything here, make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell. Thanks, Fishful friends. Like always, stay safe, stay fishful.